I don't even really know how to record anymore. It's been so long. Okay, so in celebration of 10,000 subscribers, thank you by the way, I asked subscribers to send in their beats for me to react to, and maybe a couple loops or samples for me to flip into beats, I guess. Of course, before we start, I do want to say a big thank you to anyone who's ever watched something I've put out, or left a comment, sent a nice message, etc. One, I appreciate it very much. It's very kind. And two, of course, it's been a massive encouragement for me. And all of the video requests I've been seeing recently and congratulations messages, I do see them all. I'm thankful for all of them, even if I don't reply for whatever reason, so thank you very much once again. Anyway, moving on. I don't know why I'm nervous. What is this? These aren't even my samples. I think what it is when it comes to these videos, if I make a beat that I don't like 99% of the time, that's not getting uploaded, bro. I'm gonna relinquish responsibility for once, okay? Because this is all your handiwork. I think it's pretty cool as well that I recognize some of the names from the comments. What's like a fair way of deciding which sample to use? Because I want to use all of them, but I just don't have 3 hours. Maybe in like a live stream or something. Is that a thing? Do producers still live stream their stuff? Anyway, maybe this one. Samples by Prodka. Yeah, brother, you sent me like 50 samples. That's cold, but I don't know if I feel like making new jazz right now. Okay. I don't know why that melody has perturbed me. Yeah, I can do something with that. I'm nervous, bro. It's been so long since I've like flipped someone else's loop. I will try not to disappoint. I'm gonna try and do something a bit different. I'm gonna stretch this and then I'm going to stem separate it because I'm very interested in the vocal mainly. I'm gonna decrease the BPM, 93. I have an idea. I'm gonna set the time signature to 3/4. I'm kind of looking to make some sort of waltz with this, so we're gonna go to 186. Yeah, it doesn't really work anymore. I'm gonna have to do some chopping. Alright, we're gonna make that unique a sample. There's a lot of chopping. Set all of these to smooth blend in. I am going to bounce it out into Edison as well, because I want to change the root notes of the melody slightly. So what respaces do I have here? Pumped up? Sure. Alright, that's got way too much distortion on there. Whoa, okay. I'm not really sure how to use the effects on Serum just yet. So I'm in 3/4 time, so it's like a... going to clone Serum. Okay. What is he cooking? I'm looking for a lead. You will be tagged. Whatever that tremolo effect is, it sounds disgusting, so it's gonna have to go. Is it you? Let's work with that. Alright, I think I'm going to turn that off for now. Only reason I'm not working with it now is because my CPU is going to shit itself. I'm going to clone Contact. Bass? Yeah, sure. Splendid. I don't really know what to do with the drums here. This is not a trap beat. Definitely reminds me of something. If I remember it, I'll put it on screen here. Put that down to semitone. Need a few more snares on top of that. I think that's a bit too simple for me, so I want some like live drum elements maybe. Studio drummer. This maybe. I might layer like a live snare drum on top of that as well. Sounding good. I think it's missing something kind of stupid though. Kind of overlapping with the kick, but I like it. I'm gonna leave it like that. I think the last thing I do before I level everything is I'm gonna bounce this pattern out into Edison. Gonna increase the range and then create automation clip. Maybe some of this like that. Okay, that should be the beat done basically. I think all I've got to do now really is level everything and arrange it. Probably gonna skip that because the video is already like half an hour long. Alright, I think the beat is like basically done. The only thing I've really added is this weird accent that I found in Synth Palace. Thank you Jack for sending that over by the way. But I decreased the pitch and added some reverb and now it sounds like this. Very solid loop. I know I didn't use like many elements from it, but the loop itself was like inspiration for the whole beat, and I did use the vocal samples, so I wanted to do something a bit different. But either way, thank you very much to Prod Cutie for sending over your samples. I would love to go through all 50, but I just don't have the time. Hopefully you like what I came up with. This is what the beat sounds like. I think I've got time for like one more. I know, oh god, I feel bad because so many people send samples and I don't have time for all of them. I feel like my man sent me so many samples. I feel like I have to use at least one. Brother, you sent me over 100 samples. Dark sky, okay, well. Found it. I'm gonna speedrun this one. Alright, 135 BPM. I'm going to make this unique a sample and then I'm going to set this to stretch. I'm actually going to record this in because I'm probably just going to throw it into Fruity Slicer. Okay, I'm going to start a drum pattern, but I'm going to use the original melody instead of my chopped one, just for now. I feel like I almost never use these, but I might use like a Vox sample, like I'm back in 2018. Feels like I'm watching Sinners. Okay, where's my Cobra 808? I think this needs a couple more snares though. I don't think I've used this percussion sound since like 2017, but I think if I look up like potato chips or something. I think we've got everything we need for a trap beat now, and I think it's time to level everything and arrange it. I think with that, the beat is basically done. I mean, main change that I've made is I added some halftime to the melody, automated it at certain points. Very simple one to wrap it up. I had a lot of fun with that. I think using other people's samples helped me sort of approach the process in a different way. But to be fair, the sample was cold. Like, it was doing all of the hard work. The beat kind of just makes itself. Of course, a big thank you to 90 Beats for sending in your sample. And of course, to everyone else who sent in their samples. I'm very sorry if I didn't get to use them this time around. To be honest, I was not expecting that many. But yeah, this is what the final beat sounds like. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to listen to all of them. I might just pick one or two from each email. I think it's fair. Alright, we got Money in My Pocket, X, Get Hit, I Won't Go. The least relatable track names I've ever heard. France. Okay, this one's way more relatable. I don't know why I'm so nervous for this. Let's just press play. This might be an issue because I was going to title the video as something like my subscribers make better beats than me. The sort of irony in that title goes away if that statement is true. I'm very concerned. I think definitely my favorite part of the beat is the lead synth melody that's acting as some sort of accent to the main melody. Let me see if I can stem separate the beat and see which one I'm talking about. Wait, where is it? Where is it? It's like such an easy thing to pick out. I'd really love to hear some hi-hat rolls on that. a lot of room for an artist on a beat like this. I like that one. I'm quite hopeful. I should probably preface that I'm not an authoritative figure to give beat feedback. I don't have the accreditations or accolades to justify that. That's all I have to say about that one. Solid trap beat. So thank you to Prod Azuna for sending over your beats. Prod HKD. Wait, there's a message with this one. Congrats on 10k. Thank you very much. 163. Wait, brother, do you name your you don't name your beats by like the number, do you? Like this isn't beat 1632 that you've made, right? Bro, we'll listen to a couple, see how it goes. And thank you very much for the kind message. What is this waveform? Ooh. Okay, wait, what in the Super Mario 64 is this? Ooh, that sample chop, that's fiendish. Okay, I like this one. I can sort of just tell that you had fun making this beat. I'm having fun listening to it, so I can tell you had fun making it at the very least. There's saxophone on that. I'm a massive fan of saxophone. I don't know, it's definitely not a trumpet. I don't know if it's an electric saxophone or if it's a real one. I don't really care, but it definitely sounds very Nintendo, Super Mario 64, Sunshine type shit. When I listen to this, I want to try and make something similar, but I don't know how I would go about it. And the drums are very busy. There's a lot going on, but it very much matches what the melody is doing. But it still sounds very cohesive as well. I would have loved to hear some more like stop and start stuff, some more like sample rolls, stuff like that. But then at a certain point, it turns into like a beat that you would use at a beat battle, which, you know, is probably not the ideal use case for this. It sounds exactly like something that, I don't know, like Santan would go over. One of those beats that I wish that I made. All right, moving on. All right, what about the third one? What the f? Once again, don't know how I would go about making a beat like this. Sample chop's very impressive. I like the drum rolls in this one more than the first beat. I don't know why. Like this part especially, very simple, but it sounds so good. I think I like the first one a little bit more just because of the Super Mario Sunshine vibe. All right, moving on. All right, I'm not going to leak your government name. I hope the thesis is going well. Oh yeah, I did mention my thesis. Thank you very much for that. I'm going to pick one at random. I mean, I would say the name of this beat, but I'm kind of afraid that my fucking furniture will start floating. I was expecting like a Nux type beat or something, but this is still very nice. There's like a specific live stream that I listen to when I'm studying, which is most of the time, and this beat sort of fits right into that. It's very easy to listen to, could easily like leave it in the background if I'm doing something else. Big fan of that. Thank you very much for sending that in, and I do recognize the name as well. Best of luck to you. Keep releasing stuff. Thank you for the kind message as well. Okay, this one has an Instagram, so I can actually promote this one. Vaku, thank you very much. Thank you for making Eric Ripper tutorial. Thank you very much. I will say nothing I've ever put out is a tutorial. I only have like 2 videos saying how to make something. I don't even stand by those either. Anyway, Redemption V2. This wouldn't happen to be Redemption, like Kid Wild Redemption, right? Okay, so it is. It's gonna be like a hood trap, Nems, Kid Wild type beat, I'm guessing. Yeah, okay. So that switch up, that is dastardly. Where is it? That was very, very nice. And of course, I think there's like a bass switch up as well, where you switch the 808 as well. And I think once again, beats like these, you need to sort of find an appropriate sample and then build the beat around it, and that can be a massive challenge. This does a pretty good job. It's also just fun to listen to. I was sort of waiting for the switch ups, and to be honest, I think I prefer this beat over like the Nems type beat that I made in my video. Moving on. I don't have a punchline for that one. That one's just good. Maybe this Destroy Lonely one. I was not expecting that after the last one. Sort of reminds me of like Star Shopping type stuff, maybe some like Tracy Minaj. I like how even though the bass is very distorted, the mix still sounds very clean. Maybe some sample chops would have been really cool. I also really like the hi-hat switch up. Sad lo-fi edit out of 10. Thank you for sending the stuff in. Okay, I don't want this video to be like 3 hours long, so I'm gonna leave it there. To all the people that sent me their beats to react to, thank you very much. Once again, I want to say big thank you for 10,000 subscribers. It's a strange one. Like, I remember maybe half a year ago or so, I was speaking to Jay to congratulate him on 10K. I remember asking him what it felt like to reach that milestone, and I remember he said something along the lines of like, honestly, goal. Like, I could imagine why he might think that, but I didn't really buy it. And I think that feeling sort of makes sense to me a bit more now. Because true say, of course, I'm very proud and very grateful. But at the same time, I am painfully aware that it is just a number. And I think this next part I say mainly as advice to myself. I'd say if you're working towards a goal, it doesn't really matter what it is. Of course, keep it pushing. It's also very important that you're actually enjoying yourself as well. Try not to put unnecessary stress on yourself or make it someone else's problem. I think the other side of that coin is a lot of the people that I look up to have had a sort of obsessive relationship with the field that they're in at some point, for better or for worse. You know, who's to say? I don't know which one I relate to more, honestly, because this is kind of all I think about. I know I haven't been uploading as much as usual, hoping to go back to weekly soon. One final time, thank you again for 10,000 subscribers.